Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite and welcome back to Pokemon HeartGold. I have not done nearly enough of this. Machamp, how are you doing? Hercules seems to be feeling great about walking with you, and that is surprising considering how many times you fainted in that champion battle. Alright, so this is Kanto. And let's see, is there anything important in here? There's a Pokemon fan club. Do you give me a free rare candy if I put up with you talking at me about Rapidash or something? Because I think that's this game that happens. Clefairy. Indeed. Very vocal. That's one way to put it. You give me something. I think it's a rare candy. Obviously. Alright, I'm gonna read this. My precious Rapidash. It's so cute, lovely, smart, adorable, irresistible, plus amazing. Don't you think so? Oh, it's so wild, beautiful, kind. I love it. Hug it. It's so warm and cuddly. Oh, it's spectacular, captivating, simply divine. I treasure it. Oops, look at the time. I've kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want to give you this present. And that is indeed a rare candy. Why do I even know that? I am a sad child. Let's see, did I talk to you or just the Bayleaf? So cute and fashionable. Yeah, I really like Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium. Well, Chikorita and Meganium anyway. Bayleaf is just kind of the awkward teenager. And it's really a shame that... And I have probably inevitably complained about this at some point in the past. But it's really a shame that it's so not that useful in-game in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Or Johto games in general. Because of the distribution of the gyms. Like, it's weak to flying. It's not effective against the Sprout Tower. It's weak to flying. It's weak to Bug. Miltank is Miltank. The Ghost Gym is all Ghastly, which means poison. It's weak to poison. Fighting is okay if you want to fight the Fighting Gym with a Bayleaf or whatever it is. Steel, it can't do anything to Steel. Ice, it's weak to Ice. Dragon, and it can't do anything to Dragon because it doesn't learn any good moves that aren't Grass. Or Status. And I guess, and if I smash these rocks, do I get any reward? I'm not going to because I could find random encounters in there. I guess you could make the argument that Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium from the beginning was designed to be a status inducer, and it does indeed learn some nice status effects. Except, there are very few battles in, thanks. Alright, well, inaugural random encounter in Kanto, I guess. And it's a Pidgey. There are very few battles in-game that really depend on using status. You could say that about if I had more status effects like Poison or Thunder Wave or something, Lance's battle would have been much nicer. But that was really more of my fault for not having any relevant moves at all on my team. And for the most part, you can definitely play Pokemon games very easily without having to use things like Stun Spore and the draining moves. What's it? Leech Seed that Meganium knows. Anyway, that's a Cherubi, which is not a Kanto Pokemon. I almost want you to live, and I want to just see how much damage you do with that Solar Beam on the next turn, because Cherubi's special attack is, let's say bad. And we'll never find out because it didn't live. Okay. Who's next? Do I grow to level 41? I do. I mean 42, I was level 41. And that's it. Okay. Moving on. Twins. I'm kind of like picking my brains. Is there anything else that I can talk about Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium for? I really like its design. Chikorita's... It's cute, but it's honestly not my favorite design. A lot of the, like, first stage evolutions of Pokemon aren't my favorite. I have a friend who goes by the internet name of Munin, M-U-N-I-N, and every time I see Minin, I think of him. Because of how often I see his username. There's not a lot of first stage evolutions that I'm really a big, huge fan of, but the final forms are usually have more, like, design going into them. They're bigger, they have more space to put pixels and that sort of thing. And why am I not switching out to the one who has Levitate? Because I'm just going to go and use Earthquake here. I like Meganium is what I'm trying to get at with the flower, and I don't even know what's with its antenna. I like Pokemon with antenna, and I don't know why. Specifically Pokemon who have antenna who have no business having antenna. Hence, you know, Dragonite. Meganium would be another one. I'm trying to think of who else has antenna. Nothing coming to mind right now. Alright, whatever. Can you be dead? Gengar took a lot more damage from that Thunder than I really would have wanted it to. Plus all in mind and have the plus and minus abilities. And I don't remember if they increased the damage output or just the attack stat, or one of the attack stats. of the teammate if they're both in battle at the same time, and why would you do that? Because they're both terrible anyway. And that might have contributed to Thunder doing that much damage, even though plus level 9 and not being that far ahead of the bell curve when it comes to stats. Alright, I should probably run back to heal real quick, because I am 2 steps from town, and I can do that. Right, so, oh, cool, another battle. Yes, wonderful. We're just having trainer battles all over the place, despite the fact that not all of them are featuring fully evolved Pokemon. I guess that's another thing to do with the way that the game is laid out. If this game followed, like, the normal, like, level evolution distribution, and once again, you do get a pass because you are a Pokemon that is not part of the Johto Pokedex, and that would be new, at this point in the game. Revenge would be totally overkill, wouldn't it? I'm gonna use it anyway. But if this game was following a normal, like, evolution distribution, we would start seeing fully evolved things around Price's gym, probably, and not look back for the entire time. And that would take out some of the diversity in what you fight. Because there is Kanto, and even though it's not as long as actual Pokemon Red and Blue, and I guess Yellow and Green and Japanese Blue or whatever, Kanto still does add like 15 hours of playtime to the game, and you do want to see more than, you are blocking this thing because I need to go solve problems at the power plant. Yes. Right. So, having basically 2 to 3 times more diversity in the monsters that you can fight with the unevolved forms and stuff, I guess serves a purpose. I would have to think about it. At the same time, when you enter Kanto, the National Pokedex opens up, which means there are more final evolutions for you to see. The magnet train isn't running. Another problem with the power plant. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd have to think about that before I make that like one of my official complaints. Although at the same time, it does tie neatly back into the thing with like the level distribution, because levels and evolutions and whatnot. Whatever. I am thinking too far into this. Okay, we are in Saffron City. And I would like to heal my Pokemon, and I didn't actually need to go and run back to Vermilion that one time, did I? Because you are right here. And, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna restore my Pokemon to full health. And I don't suppose... Alright, so once again, you are the third person in like 2 minutes telling me about, the power plant. Johto's Pokemon Centers, yes, they're pretty much the same as here. I wonder, and if they did wonder this, it was almost certainly cut because of, like, design limitations and development time and stuff. But I wonder if when they made the Johto games and they decided to let you come back to Kanto, if they thought about at least letting you, having the Pokemon Centers rather, look the same as they did in Gen 1 in the Kanto games. Or in HeartGold and Soul Silver's case, the way that they did in Fire Red Leaf Green. Copycat. Oh, that's right, I've got to go find your doll, don't I? That would have been a nice touch. It's fine the way it is. There's nothing wrong with the Heart Gold and Soul Silver Pokemon Centers. But, I wonder if that's a thing that they considered. Do you like Pokemon? No, I just asked you. Huh? You're strange. Oh my god, the silent protagonist thing, my head hurts. Quit mimicking, but it's my hobby. Okay, so I don't have to go on the fetch quest for you right now. I think I have to do something else to activate that. Forget exactly what it is, but I'll probably find it because I'm going to go and poke around as much as possible. Cameron the photographer! Do I feel like talking to you? No, I really don't. This would be the magnet train, if it was running, because as has been established by several people, the power plant is broken. That's 4 people now. But the lights are on! I see the lights on that machine. The lights are on. You're getting power from somewhere. And I know that running a train and running a little fancy light bulb is a bit of a different story, but still. Alright, whatever. Do you have anything to say? Magnet train passes. Okay, so that's a thing I'm going to have to come into possession of later. Yes, magnetic levitation. I remember, like, I was young when I first heard about magnetic levitation trains. Maglev, or whatever the snazzy sounding word for it is. And I thought they sounded really cool, and it sounded like they could get you to places very fast, and they were probably, like, more efficient than coal, because everything's more efficient than coal. But unfortunately, I don't really know if anything's happened to them since I was in like 3rd grade or whatever it was. This is the dojo. It's the retired gym. I'm going to go in here because this is not a gym leader. Karate King is in a cave in Johto for further training. Okay. I talked to him. Did I talk to him? Is that a thing that I can go back to later? After the main game? I don't remember. This is the actual gym of Saffron City, and I'm not going to go there because, I'm saving the gyms for later. I have decided that I will be taking on the gyms in what some have called classic order. Just because I don't have any better order to take it on in. Silphco office building. And I can't talk to that statue. The alternative, I guess, to taking on gyms in whatever order is just whatever city you get to, like whatever the order of the cities you get to. Something's wrong with the electricity. Okay, that is 5 people. And an upgrade. In case I wanted a Porygon too. Silphco? What am I doing in here? Hello? I guess so. Somewhere in Silphco, if you have a Rotom, you can find a shack, or not a shack, a closet, a storage closet that gives you the access to the other forms of Rotom. I don't know offhand where you get a Rotom in this game, aside, unless you wanted to trade it from Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. But if you wanted to do that, it would be in there somewhere. Oh yes, the order that I take on gyms. Classic order. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so do I want to go out this way? This would take me nearest the power plant. I guess I'll go this way. I don't really care where I go. I'm just gonna probably yammer on about whatever thought enters my brain and just take me wherever my finger on the D-pad takes me. We'll see. This is another one of the notice is torn. It's impossible to read. It won't open because it's locked. Okay, so that is the other underground passage. You there! We're the Kanto Pokemon Federation Train. That is the unnecessary. That is the most unnecessary. English. That is the most unnecessarily long name I've ever seen. I say as I string together like 5 adjectives of my own.
A critical hit on explosion, that's 1,000 base power. Just throwing that out there. That just happened.
I try to defend the after-game distribution of Pokemon by saying that it can be used as an opportunity to show you things that you haven't seen before. 6 of the 7 Pokemon I just fought there were Koffing. Alright, thanks guys. Let's see. So, the underground here, and I just thought of this like a minute ago, but that's actually, there has got to be a hidden item here. Do I even have the dowsing machine? I have no idea what key items that I have, and I know that the dowsing machine is somewhat missable. I don't. Where do you get the dowsing machine? I don't think I've ever failed to get the dowsing machine before. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna be playing this on hard mode. Hidden items. Playing this as if it's X and Y. No hidden items. I feel like there should be one in the middle section there, but I'm not going back. Alright. So, the underground is an interesting thing that I thought about. I have thought about, like, designing games and game worlds in a way that there are actually, like, 2 worlds for you to navigate. One above ground and one, like, tunnel network underground. And obviously the tunnel network would not be quite as geographically interesting as the overground would be, probably. Although, if you like to design things a certain way, you might not agree, but, something along the lines of Mount Coronet. I know that Sinnoh had the Sinnoh Underground, which isn't really the same thing because I feel like that was way more designed for multiplayer than giving you alternate ways to get literally everywhere. While Mount Coronet was kind of a place that you could come back to and take shortcuts through and that sort of thing. Although, yes and no, because there were points where you did have to go through Mount Coronet. I feel like there's a game that I've played that does something like that, and I don't know what it is, and it's annoying me that I can't think of it. If anybody knows a good game where you can, like, just, if you want to take a shortcut somewhere, just, like, duck into a tunnel or run down a tunnel and basically take a shortcut, like the underground passages in Kanto, to get somewhere, as opposed to, like, fast traveling or something, let me know, because that's an interesting idea that I want to at least, like, see explored, even though if it may be very hard to do correctly, because then you would have to, like, balance twice as many world maps at the same time. Whatever. Let's see. What did I even fight in there? That was more Kanto Pokemon who are not very interesting. Why, game? Why? Alright. I have forgotten that Lava Plume hits everybody on the field at the same time, which shows you how many double battles I participate in. Do I? Is that just something that you go saying as an introduction to people? You go, like, investigating their jackets to see how many gym badges they have? Three of those 3 Pokemon were Magnemite. Alright, excellent. Lyra, I think you can leave the leadoff slot now because, actually, everyone else is level 42 as well. Alright, well, I don't feel like using an item and I don't feel like running back to the Pokemon Center, so Hercules is just going to be sitting there for a little bit. And I don't have one of these. There's going to be something good in here, isn't there? I'm going to get crabby. Hey, wait, what's this? This has a sign. Don't call me Uncle Psychic, Mr. Psychic's house. What the crap is Mr. Psychic? You're a fisherman. TM29, what is that? I don't know what TM number that is. It's Psychic. Okay, so maybe if you... Someone who wasn't familiar with Pokemon probably could have used some deductive reasoning to guess what TM that was. Okay, do I want to teach anybody Psychic? I think Alakazam already has Psychic, and Gengar, my other special attacker, has I'm satisfied with Gengar's moveset for now. Alright, whatever. I'll be moving on. Machoke, by the way, I mean, I should just go with nicknames so that I don't have to bother pronouncing Machamp correctly and getting the name right. But Hercules, I think is your name, is now fully healed, and I didn't actually bother talking to Nurse Joy. I just used the pause trick, because I'm lazy like that. Where are my revives? I mean repels. They start with the same phoneme. Let's see. There's got to be a hidden item in here. Unless this is just here to let you bypass the trainers. Screw you, game. Okay, this is just here to let you bypass the trainers, and I just wasted my time. Let's see. Where am I going? I'm going to do something I think, usually, for whatever reason that I don't understand, I really couldn't care less about a Metapod. How do you lose to a wild Metapod? Because the only moves that a wild Metapod can learn is, like, Harden. Hence that one gag from really early in the anime. Anyway, before I forget, usually, for whatever reason, when I play Pokemon HeartGold or Soul Silver, I get to Saffron City, and I go west, out of the city, and I go, like, down the cycling road, and then across, what's at the bottom of Cycling Road? Fuchsia City. And then I go east out of Fuchsia City and up to Lavender Town. And I don't know why I always go that way around the region, like counterclockwise. But this time, because I feel like being different, I am going to go clockwise around the bottom part of the region. Just to find out what it sounds like. I mean, feels like. I mean, looks like. Okay. Come on. Alright, thanks Choice Specs, just barely not letting me KO. That's an Apricorn. I'm gonna do the Pokeathlon one of these days. Probably. I meant to do it before taking on the champion, but I forgot. I did forget, right? I didn't actually go there. I don't think I did. There's nothing in my notes about the Pokeathlon. But I'm gonna do that before I'm done playing this game. Anyway, this is Lavender Town. I am going to end it off here. So, for now, my name is Dragonite. This has been Xenoblade Automata Chronicles. This has been Pokemon HeartGold. In the next part, we're going to be going south out of Lavender Town. And probably exploring Lavender Town itself a little bit. I will see you all later.